You are now tuned in to the GNWY Podcast.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to this season and this episode of the GNWY Podcast. We are super excited about this feature that we have. Okay, hold on. No, before I even get into it. We have In Black Speaks Marcus Black, everybody. If you can, make some noise one time for Marcus Black. How are you doing, boss?
What up, everybody? What up, fam?
I was waiting for that. Like, what up,
you know it's coming, man. What up, guy? What up, my people? I'm doing good, man. Out here just living and loving life because I can.
And if you have been following GNWY for a minute now, you know Marcus is the voice of the Motivational Monday. So anytime you hear it, you swipe up and you scroll through and you hear, what up, what up, what up? This is the man right here. So you come with energy, bro. You come with life. You come with love. You come with support, but you also come with a purpose. And so, Marcus, man, I appreciate you coming through, my guy.
Yeah, what up, fam? Yo, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah.
And all love and support to Gen Y, because you talk about why, you talk about purpose is everything, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and so many times we get caught up in the noise of the world.
Yep.
And the chaos and the distractions, and that causes us to feel empty, and we forget why we were here to begin with.
Right.
But not on Gen Y. Watch,
Yep.
That's not what we do. So if you don't love energy, then this might not be the show for you today.
This
but
may
we
not
about
be
to
it.
we about to bring it today. Let's go.
That's what's up, man. For real. I mean, like, since we met, I think we met through one of our SALT groups, and I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know who I was gonna meet. You know, for one, I just was told about this whole SALT thing, and then I get put in a group with this guy. And for one, I'm a chill person, okay? And talk about getting woken up, okay, every time that we get in this group. Marcus, bro, you legit have a genuine heart about what you're doing. And from then, like, I mean, the first time that we met, like, you weren't maybe what, 2,000, 3,000 followers on Instagram?
2,200.
2,000. Oh, he knows the number.
I do.
That's what's up. So, like, even then, how long ago was that? That was like what? Not even 6, 7 months ago.
Half a year. Yeah, half a year. 6 months.
And you go from that to what? I mean, for one, you jumped on Clubhouse very quick. Yeah.
Real quick.
And then you are known for your voice. So, like, Clubhouse is like your lane, bro. And so, like, going from where you were at 6 months ago to where you're going at now, I mean, what was that whole transition thing looking like?
Man, it's crazy because it happened so fast. And I hope you guys, I'm going to tell you guys what happened, and I'm going to tell you why it happened, because this is big for us. So I didn't know what I was doing, bro, because I did.
Right.
I just, like, I got a heart, man. I got a heart to serve and a heart to care. And I made a promise years ago after a near-death experience that, I don't know why I'm here, but I'm here.
Right.
And if I'm here, I made a promise to make every moment count. And I was going to spend that, pour my whole heart out for people. So that's what I've been doing. Been on the media doing it, turning up, showing up, seeing, you know. And so when I got on Clubhouse, I was just doing the same. Intimidating, because it's like a quiet room. If you guys never been on Clubhouse, it's like this little room with faces and silence and one person talking. So I was like, I don't know if they like this. I'm not used to that. I was scared. But like you said, once my heart came out and my voice, that's my two greatest strengths, my voice and my heart.
Right.
Put it all in.
And the good looks. You can't deny it, you know, the smiles, everything. Okay, everybody.
But nah, man, it really it escalated. Like, I'm at over 18,000 now, and that's in just 3 months' time.
That's crazy.
But a lot of those people followed right to Instagram, so that's at like 8,000. But I mean, that little time, and it's the people. It's so many influencers and notable people I've looked up to for years that I'm now having conversations with and working with and doing projects with. It's wild. But
it's all been organic.
I ain't paid for a single thing.
That's wild.
No followers, no promotions. Here's the thing, though. You can't grow weary in doing good. So when you're showing up in your heart and you doing what you're supposed to do, and you on your grind, and the eyeballs aren't on it and the resources aren't coming, and you get discouraged, like, man, what am I doing wrong, man? Maybe this isn't working. Maybe I need to do something else. I'm telling you, you don't need to do anything else. You just got to dig in and keep doing what you're doing. Because in the proper season, it's all going to break. The veil is going to break. And when the floodgates open, I feel like now I got a coffee mug trying to catch it. Whoa, trying to keep up, man.
Right.
Yeah.
That's wild, man. So, I mean, like going from doing all of your videos, you know, on Instagram 6 months ago, even before all that, because you were posting like a lot of content, like from your podcast clips to your lake clips. I don't know, you know, like all of the things. I remember the video you posted whenever you had your wreck not too long ago. And you were posting about, like, for one, I knew you before, or I seen you before you even posted that video, or I had a conversation with you on the phone, and you were talking, bro, like, you know, how positive you were. I was like, bro, this dude is fake. I would be pissed. I would be so mad, like, during all of this stuff. Because you got, like, T-Bone, right? Or something.
Bro, she rear-ended me. Okay. Drove a huge Jeep guardrail through my trunk.
God. Yeah, this is wild. And then, like, just hearing your positivity on the phone, I was like, bro, this is stupid. I would be so mad. I'm mad for you. And then the next, like, I don't know, like 12 hours or something, you posted the video of you in front of your car smashed up and still like going in, and like obviously, you know, the sentimental music in the background really helped me. I was like, dang, you know what, I feel bad. You know, he's super positive. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're able to take a lot of situations, you know what I'm saying? And it all even, I feel like, goes back to your story that you were hitting on, your near-death experience. So for the people that just know you for the Motivational Mondays within Generation Y, go ahead and hit on a little bit about your near-death experience.
Yeah, man, I was 18 years old, and you talk about Gen Y and taking the next generation and helping them establish purpose.
Yeah.
When I think back to that, bro, like, it's really that trigger moment in my life. That was my wake-up call, because we all got to have a wake-up call. So when that happened, like, it didn't happen immediately. I came out of a car. Like, group of my friends and I, 4 of us, on the way home, routine night, nothing crazy, not partying, good, clean fun. And I remember, I'll never forget this. Like, I was dozing off, going to sleep, which is cool. I'm not driving. My homie's driving.
Right.
Dozing off and that good sleep. And I remember hearing boom, like this loud explosion. And I opened my eyes like, what just happened?
Were you in the passenger seat?
Yes, I'm in a passenger seat. So I'm looking like, whoa. My friend's like screaming, like yelling. The car starts jumping, fishtailing. Whoosh, we fly off the highway, 75 miles per hour.
75?
Nearing a bridge, like airborne. Like, I'm talking like Fast and Furious. Car in the air, spinning. We knocking down trees. Glass was hitting me in the face. Trees were smacking me in the face.
Wow.
Like, it was wild, bro. We hit a massive tree and the car scrunched like an accordion, just scrunched us in.
Dang.
Yeah, so like after the aftermath of all of that, I remember feeling like I am about to die without having ever lived.
That's crazy.
And spoiler alert, if you're looking at my face and you're listening to this conversation, I didn't die. But that left me questioning. I had a lot of questions like, why, man? Why did that happen? Why this happened to me? Why have I gone through all the abuse and the struggles and the poverty and all of the things that we face? Why? Why? And I went on a 2-year, like, just asking, angry at the world, because I lost one of my best friends in an accident not 2 years before that, going half the speed on a back road. He died on the way to the hospital. Dang. Why did he die and he didn't get to live life, and why am I here?
Yeah.
And then I realized that I was asking the wrong question. The question wasn't why, it's what. It's what is it for? Whose life is going to be better because you went through this experience? Who are you going to serve with purpose and passion?
Right.
And so after that is when I had my wake-up call, and I realized that. So when you asked me about that experience and that accident, that really triggered for me everything that I'm doing now. You say, why so positive? It's because, like, when you get to the point where you know you're not supposed to be here, then you realize every moment you have is literally borrowed time, and it's precious. Good, bad, and ugly.
Yeah.
And every bad thing I've ever been through helped teach me something or mold something in me or give me a tool that helped me do what I'm doing today.
Yeah.
So that accident gave me content, for one. But it also is like the perspective that, like, man, that car can be replaced. My life cannot, and my life I still have. So it's no reason for me to be tripping.
Right. That's real, man. Man, I appreciate that. That's real. And even, like, I think last year, whenever we were shooting the virtual assembly, you were going in on, like, your speech and everything, and you were hitting on a lot of things that, like, I went through, whether it was, like, you know, you watching something that's very traumatizing, and then in that moment as a kid, you take that, like, to heart. So you're thinking, like, my biggest thing too is the same type of thing that you hit on is time. Like I'm very fearful of like not having enough time, of that, like, you know, this time that I have on earth or whatever is like, you know, it's gotta be with purpose.
Yep.
Or like, I feel like I'm wasting time, you know what I'm saying? And so, whenever I met you, I was like, dang, okay, this guy's got a lot of energy and he's feeling the same thing. I felt like alone, you know what I'm saying? I felt like I was feeling the only one feeling the same, like, feeling about time.
Yep.
You know? And so, like, whenever I came across you, man, I was like, we linked real quick. And so I appreciate the energy, man. And like for everybody that is tuning in, like, not only does Marcus help out with the Motivational Mondays, but he was also part of our first virtual assembly, man. And during a world pandemic, bro, our like standard number of schools that we do per semester is usually 25 schools, right?
Wow. During
a world pandemic, that virtual assembly went in front of 26 schools represented and hundreds of students. Bro.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That was
super
dope too,
man.
man. That was just an honor to be a part of. Like, you guys have gotten to see that, and you've seen little clips, man. The work that this guy and the team put in on the back end to bring that just shows the heart behind everything you're doing. So it was a no-brainer for me to be a part of.
Yeah.
And even to be here and to be having this partnership and conversation and to be helping bring awareness to the mission of GNWY is an honor, because like you said, that alignment happens. And like, I just appreciate you, man. That was dope. I hope y'all enjoy it. If you haven't had the virtual assembly, first of all, book my God in real life. But if you can't, that virtual assembly is available.
Oh, me. Yeah, definitely. I appreciate it, man. And then, okay, so like, well, let's take it to like an entrepreneurial side of everything that you're doing. So you pretty much, how did you brand Marcus? It's In Black Speaks, right? For everybody that don't know. But In Black Speaks, how did you package all of this for everybody that's out there that's like, I want to be, you know, a motivational speaker. I want to be inspiring with my videos that I put out, all the content and everything. Like, how do you be able to pitch that into somebody and inspire them to be able to take that, their voice, their current circumstance and everything like that, and be able to brand just themselves and their voice?
Man, I got lucky, and I was really blessed to have the mentor that I have. For those who don't know, I'm mentored by Mr. Trent Shelton. You don't know who that is, look him up on Instagram. And so he's been one of the most successful people in the personal development space with building a community, his rehab time community. So like, you know, being mentored by him, he was able to give me some very pointed advice in the beginning, which you about to get today for free.
Okay.
So the first thing he said was, man, you got to build a community. And when he said build a community, he's like, you got to like find a name that represents you and what, because everybody wants to be on a team.
Yeah.
You think like, everybody's never been on a team before. So you think about high school and the people you serve, like there's basketball teams, track teams, tennis, golf, all the different teams.
Yeah.
But think about like half the school doesn't belong to any team.
Yeah.
And that doesn't stop once you get into adulthood. Everybody's looking for a place to belong.
Yeah.
So you give people a place to belong where like minds can connect and feel and hear. Boom, you've already won, because they will become message barriers for you. Bearers. They will take the message and give it wings and spread it to the world.
Yeah.
Which I'm watching that happen.
That's crazy.
So that's one thing. The next thing is you got to be on brand. So like when you look at social media, what are you posting on social media? Doesn't mean you can't post like personal stuff. Post your life, post you with your family, with your kid, but you should never post anything that's off the brand or the personal mission you have in your life.
Right.
So like for me, it's all about living and loving life to the fullest, to the max, and helping people realize you're not defined by anything you ever been through. You can overcome that because there's more inside of you.
That's real.
So the world is telling you what you can't do, but I'm telling you what you can do. And so I just start saying that. And next thing you know, you start saying things and you just keep saying it. You keep saying it because vision leaks. Like you can pitch the greatest vision in the world to people, but it's not next week. With all the distractions and bombardment, their mind is going to be on something else. So you got to keep it in front of them. So I just start saying this. Because I start saying it. Now when I say it, people take it. They say it. They say, I can stop and they'll say it for me.
Yeah.
But it's because they resonate with the message. And the next thing is you got to be you. The greatest gift you have to give this world is to be 100% authentically you.
Yeah.
So don't feel like you need to have Jordan's voice, or don't feel like you need to have anybody else's voice. My voice, your voice is the one that's needed. Because there's people you can reach that I'll never be able to reach, and vice versa. Right. But it takes all of us. Yeah. Because there's 7.4 billion people in the world. No one person can reach everybody. And somebody resonates with your message more than they do with mine. So you just start saying this stuff, man. You start showing up, and you just start building that community and consistency. Oh,
that's key.
If you don't show up, you can't show up once a month and think, okay, I'm here, I've arrived, and you post a couple pieces of content and think you're going to gain thousands and thousands of followers. It don't work like that.
Right.
You got to show up with your whole heart so people know they can depend on you, and when they need you, you're there.
Yeah.
Boom.
Definitely. That's crazy, man. And so how did you even come across Clubhouse and everything?
Bro. It's wild. I got invited to Clubhouse by the homie, my guy Travis. You know, we served at church together. He was telling me about it, but it didn't make sense. He was like, bro, you got to get on this thing, man. It's dope. It's like all these people. It's like all these famous people, and like people like conferences, like free conferences. And he's like, I sat in the room, and he started naming people. I was like, yeah, I know them. They're really dope. He's like, yeah, I'm in the room with them. We having a conversation. I'm like, how does that work? I didn't know how it worked. So he begged me. He talked to me. After a few weeks, I was like, okay, I'll check it out. He sent me the invite. I popped on. I listened to like 2 conversations. It was like, yeah, nah, this ain't it.
For real.
I did. I got back out. I didn't come back in for like a month.
That's crazy.
And then a month later, Trent was on. And so I was like, well, let me see what he talking about. He was on with like, it was like a Tony Robbins. It was like a lot of Dean Graziosi. It was a lot of Tom Bilyeu, which these names are like pioneers in the personal development industry where I'm trying to be. So I'm like, see what they talking about. So I pull up. And the conversation was really deep and insightful. And Trent wound up saying like, hey, man, he's like, why don't you get up here and ask a question? Because it's a good way for them to hear your heart and see who you are. And I was like, my heart drank. I was like, I don't know what to say to them.
That's that nervous laugh.
And he was like, nah, get up here. I was like, I can't, because, you know, you got to be invited to stage. He's like, I got you. And so he invited me to the stage.
Dang.
And that night is when everything changed, because you're supposed to ask a question, but the dude before me told his whole life story.
Yeah.
And the response he got was, oh my gosh, that was amazing. And so I was like, hold up, man. If he can do it, I can do it too.
I got a story. Hold on.
Bro, I went straight Hamilton mode. I'm not throwing away my shot. And so I went, I was like, I gave them all gas, no brakes, my whole heart in a couple minutes, and then asked a question on the end. And they was like, first of all, what you not gonna do is come up here and just blow up the spot and act like you didn't just do that.
Right.
So that was like, you know, I grew by like 100 followers instantly, made a couple connections. The next night, got invited to a stage by one of them, and then it just started happening so fast. 100. Then the third day was like by 200. The fourth day was by 500. And the followers I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Like my Instagram's getting blown up with DMs, like your voice, your power, your message. Right. And so, yeah, it just escalated. I wound up on a call with Les Brown and getting to impress him and build a connection. Crazy. So now I'm being mentored by him as well. If you don't know who that is, that's one of the greatest orators of all time. Like, he literally is one of the GOATs. So
that's wild.
All from a social media app.
Yeah, that's wild, man. And you came at a good time too, because like it's still now, I feel like still relatively new, right?
It's new.
So anybody, I mean, you probably encourage anybody to get on that, right?
Get on there.
Yeah, that's dope. I feel like I can't remember which room I was in one time. You were in it. That's all I care about. But there was, I think Hetty was holding it, and somebody was doing a spoken word or something like that, and same feeling. I was like, we'll do a spoken word too. And then my phone died, bro. I was so mad.
Who are you?
I not a professional, obviously. I was so mad, man, because but it was dope, like, you know what I'm saying, like, but it's that same feeling, you know, like I want to do this too, you know. And so, but yeah, man, I think it's new because like everything, like with TikTok and Instagram and everything, is all about your personality, like what you look like and what like
aesthetics
trend you can follow, you know what I'm saying? And so, but like it seems like genuine with, you know, Clubhouse, because like you have to come with everything that you know, your whole life story, like how are you going to empower and impact and, you know, encourage people with. And it's like, it's just you, like, what are you going to tell us? You know what I'm saying?
It's no pretty frills or aesthetics. It's not, it's real time. It's not, so it's like whatever you say in that moment, whatever you feel compelled in your heart to say in that moment. That's the beauty of it.
That's dope. We should get a sponsorship from Clubhouse, you know what I'm saying? For
y'all holler at us because we putting you out there, right. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. That's dope, man. That's dope. Okay, so you brought a book with you?
I did.
How long ago was that put out?
This is called Asleep at the Wheel, Taking Back Control of Your Life by Marcus Black.
Yeah.
Man, it came out in March of 2020, right in the middle of a pandemic.
That's wild.
Yeah, I didn't know that the world, when I wrote this, I wrote it in the year before, obviously. And it was like, man, so many people just walking dead, just going through the motions, just asleep at the wheel, just needing somebody to grab them by the shoulders and shake them and say, get up, man. Your life is in front of you. Stop taking it for granted. Right. So that's why I wrote this book. And then the world, I didn't know the world was about to go into a slumber. Like, I had no idea. It came out right when the world shut down.
Wow.
Which is like good and bad, because it's like everybody's scared that they about to lose all their money. So ain't nobody buying stuff, but still sold, maybe 600 or 700 copies in the middle of the pandemic. Wow. So yeah, that's dope. That's the average first time author without big backing sells less than 100 copies. So for context.
For real. Wow. That's wild. That's crazy that you use that as a metaphor, like the world fell asleep.
It did.
And your book, Asleep at the Wheel. Okay.
Was the wake up call.
I just noticed that it says Mississippi on there too, and you said you're from Mississippi, so
yeah. So actually, this guy is so cool who designed the cover. It's actually the date, October of 2004 is the month when I had my accident, my wake up call. So you see, October is colored in 2004.
Dang.
Yeah, it's dope, right?
Details.
And my
birthday.
Like the
details.
The number is my birthday, 09/15/1986.
For real?
Yeah. See how? Hey,
details, bro. I like that. I like that about you. Okay, that's dope. And it's
look at the back. I love nature.
By Trent Shelton. Okay.
And there's trees. There's a forest with like a lake under there because I love nature.
Miller Media. I didn't know I was doing this. I'm just playing. This is dope, man.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay. Perfect. Go get his book, man. Asleep at the Wheel by Marcus Black.
It's also on Audible, so if you like the voice, I will read my book to you.
What a perfect way to go to sleep. No, I'm playing. That's dope,
how you feel? You gonna go to sleep on my words?
Bro, let me tell you, you've got that type of voice. If you didn't get like here and it was just like that calm, like I'd be like I would fall asleep at the wheel. No, man. So you are legit known for like this energy, bro. Yeah. And that's what I love about it, man. That's what a lot of people love about it and like gravitate to you for. And so like at like the whole point of you even like seeing near death experience and you even being like a community advocate, like you're within the community, not just traveling around speaking to people, like you're legit about it. Yep. You know, and you've seen a lot of traumatic stuff.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Even with these students that you just raised, you just did a whole like Clubhouse meeting for like what, 48 hours?
Yeah. So actually I went nonstop for 30 hours. So I didn't sleep, which I was up the day before.
You did not sleep?
No, not at all. Nonstop. I did a telethon on Clubhouse and we raised $42,000 in 30 hours nonstop.
What are you talking about for 36 hours?
I was on Clubhouse nonstop in a room with people all over the world from the UK. Yeah. Shout out to Justina Valentine. That is my sister out here on Wildin' Out. She pulled up and performed for the people at the beginning.
She performed?
Yeah, bro.
That's dope.
Freestyle. She hit him with it.
Wow.
She pulled up. That's the freestyle queen. She pulled up at the end and just shouted out the work and the mission.
Wow.
She performed a victory once we hit our goal. She performed another freestyle. Yeah, man. Shout out to the sister. You the GOAT for that. And, bro, just like we had Grammy Award-winning pianists, we had traveling artists from all over the world pulling up and performing, poets performing, and like me telling stories. And it was just amazing to see what we were able to do. 42,000 in about 30 hours. Yeah. And then the next day, I just popped back on after a couple hours nap. And and got in front of some other eyeballs, and they were like, let's run it up again. So they added another 13. Which put it at like 55 racks.
And you say, are you allowed to say what the last 13 was? Was from that one guy?
So, no. So before that, so 15K the night before came from John Ledger, who was the former CEO of T-Mobile. Incredible guy, man, philanthropist, huge heart. He's out here making a difference. Like I told him, I said, look, man, everybody want to get the bag. Y'all want to get the bag. Ain't nothing wrong with getting the bag. However, real legacy is about whose life is better because you got the bag. That's what I told. And so I was like, you just touched a bunch of lives you may never meet in real life. That's legacy. Wow. And he pulled up, and the next day Grant Cardone pulled up, and he put something on it and challenged all his friends to do the same. So these are like legit billionaires in the world. So they showed up for me and what I'm trying to do in OKC. Let's go,
OKC, bro. That's wild. That's wild. So even going back to that whole thing of like you having this type of energy. So like, where did this energy come from? Even though through all of these traumatic things that you're seeing, like you went on 48 hours of talking about this traumatic stuff that you are witnessing like every week.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Being in the schools, being in just your community and all that kind of stuff. Like, where does the energy still come from whenever like you come up across a kid that's like, I didn't eat for the past 4 days. You know what I'm saying?
The reason I was able to do that is because I've had legit kids that tell me like, man, I slept on the street last night. Why you ain't called me? With what phone? People don't realize this struggle is real, bro. This fight is real. So I was thinking, I've had so many kids tell me they couldn't sleep because they don't have a bed. They on the floor.
Right.
And I'm thinking, if they can sacrifice sleep because they don't have resources, then I can sacrifice sleep for them and be a voice in the world to help raise the funds so that we can give them experiences. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
So you asked me where that energy came from, bro. It's like, I also realized that like people were getting healing and hope in the crowd while they were just listening to what I was saying.
Yeah.
But somebody's like, how do you give that type of passion after all these hours on fumes? And it's like, bro, it gets back into that purpose and understanding what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Like I am here to give life. Like that's what vitalize means. What I look like not giving life. Come on, man. Like it's real. But I didn't always communicate, because that's the question I get. Were you always this way? And the answer is no.
Right.
I remember the day it switched, and it will never go back. I was in people's church teaching a class, and I hated being in front of people. I begged them, please, man, don't put me in front of no people. I don't want to talk.
Right.
And they're like, you're going to do it. So I had to do it. And so I'm teaching this class one day, and I remember just trying to rush through it, trying to get through it.
Yeah.
And a lady stopped me. She said, like, can I got something I got to say. And I was thinking, like, no, you don't. Like, I got to get through this. I was thinking that, being real.
Yeah.
She said, she broke down, bro, started crying so hard. I was like, oh, no.
What'd I do?
And when she spoke up, she said, man, my family is in this church. They in the next room. And they don't know that I slept on the street last night. And I was snorting coke lines off the street.
Wow.
And she said, I need help, bro. She was broken. And in that moment, I put the notes aside off the desk, and something happened inside of me when I started speaking to her heart, and I started telling her that it doesn't matter what you did yesterday, because today is a new day and you got a new chance and a new choice, because you still, like, and when it happened, like, I was like, whoa, like, like, like when a superhero like gets their powers and they like, they're like, oh, hold on, like, whoa, that kind of happened. But the thing that triggered in my brain is, every time I open my mouth, there's another human being.
Yeah.
And I don't know what they're going through.
Right.
So I owe it to them to give them everything I got. And the dots connected of like, yo, they could be at the end of their rope, and something I say might be the lifeline that keeps them here and gives them something to cling to. Yeah. And I can't say that without getting passionate. Right. Somebody's life is on the line.
Yeah, man.
So that's where it comes from. That's why I communicate that way.
Right. That's dope, man. And that's the thing, is like you're always refueling somebody else. And so I don't think I've ever talked about this. This is crazy, but like this exact parallel. But I have this tattoo on my arm. It's of a torch, and I was going through this forest, and there's a clearing in the middle of it. I walk into it, and I feel this grab on the back of my arm. And this was like during legit like the darkest part of my life, right? And I was going through depression, anxiety, all this kind of stuff, have a lot of loss, all that, very toxic situation. And like in this moment, the pressure on my arm, it said like, no matter what you're going through, you have to put all of these things aside, how you feel in the moment and all that. You always have to be passing on something to somebody else, whether it's a love, whether it's purpose, whether it's hope, whether it's knowledge, whether it's laughs, good times, all that kind of stuff, you have to always be giving out because you already know what source you get your life from.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And then the pressure went away, and then on my arm was that. So that's why I've got what I got. But like, it's the same thing. Yeah. It's like you always have to be passing on something to somebody else, because like in the grand scheme of things, we really do have to leave this place better than the way we found it, right?
Facts.
So it's like, why are we going to complain about how it was already structured when it's really like, take that complaining energy and turning it around and make it better for the next person.
Facts, man. I heard it said recently that hope is everything, right? Hope changes lives, and hope is defined as helping at least one person every day.
Right.
You help one person every day. That's hope.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing. We're just taking my pain and turning that pain into purpose and giving meaning to that pain by serving somebody else to help them find their power and walk in their purpose. That's what we doing here, man.
Right. It's turning that pain to power. That's wild. And that's a process.
Pain to power, and power to purpose. Boom.
That's wild. And that's a whole process, though. A lot of people want to skip that.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't skip it.
You can't skip it, man. And even going through it, and that's every day waking up, deciding that I'm going to do something with purpose, on purpose.
Ooh. Yes. You said the word, bro. I heard this yesterday. Jim Quick, like one of the brightest minds in the world, said this. He said, life is the C between B and D.
Life is the seed?
Is the C.
Oh, C.
Between B and D.
Ooh.
He said life is the choice between birth and death.
Ooh. Okay.
And so when you said the word decision every day, making the decision, like every day you got to make a choice between the time you're born and the time you die. It's a few days.
Yeah.
But you got to make
a few days.
It is.
Yeah.
But you got to make them count.
Yeah.
By making the choice every day, man, to show up and give life, man, because you can.
Because you can. Every time, I'm not going to lie, every time, bro. I even get off the phone with you and thinking, why did he not end it with because you can? I'm so mad right now. I just almost like called you back just so you could say it again, you know. But it's so funny. But like that's legit, man. I mean, it's a daily choice because each day you're already given an opportunity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And people don't look at another day. They just look at like the obstacle. They just look at the negative everything that they got, the obstacle, everything.
Yep.
You know? But they don't see an opportunity. They just see the obstacles.
Why you doing this to y'all right now? He just raining down gems right now, bro. Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's the same thing. That's why I feel like whenever people's paths align and whenever they align for a purpose, you know what I'm saying? It makes their impact even greater.
Facts.
And so that's why I appreciate you, man.
Let's go.
That's why I appreciate everything that you're doing.
Thank you.
I know you probably got to get on some type of call with somebody in Italy. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But
United Kingdom, actually. Legit.
Geez, see? This is what I just guessed. So I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much for coming through. I'll probably want to get you on another one. You mentioned about doing an Instagram live sometime in May.
Say the word, say less.
Let's do it. Let's do it. But yeah, leave something, one line, any type of encouraging thing to the people out there real quick, and then end it with all of your following, tell them where they can follow you at and all that kind of stuff.
So how about I tell you where to follow me first, and then I'll hit your heart.
Do that.
Cause you can find me at mblackspeaks. That's MBLACK speaks with an S on all the social medias. On Clubhouse, mblackspeaks, Instagram, mblackspeaks. That's the greatest way to send me a message and communicate with me. Also on Twitter, TikTok, all the things. mblackspeaks. That's where we at. Let's get it. Let's go. Now for what I want to leave you with is this. If you're listening to the sound of my voice right now, you ever spent a single moment questioning that deep desire, that dream, that goal that's inside of you because somebody bullied you, because somebody lied to you, somebody told you that you weren't good enough, somebody told you weren't smart enough, somebody told you that you didn't have what it takes, and so you're living in this self-imposed prison of fear of what if you try and you fail? What if? You only get one life. You don't get a do-over. So fail and fail and fail again because eventually you're going to learn and you're going to become successful. So whatever you do, seize this day and make every moment count, because tomorrow isn't promised and you don't get a do-over. So you owe it to yourself to get up, get out, go be great and make the most of your life. Why? Because you can. Let's go.
Thank you so much for coming out, bro. I appreciate you. And I'm excited for your journey, bro.
Let's go.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the GNWY Podcast. Be sure to follow him on anything and everything. And then also share, like, rate, review, subscribe to the podcast, to the YouTube channel, to all these things so we can be able to help people's stories get out to impact even more people and make a greater impact. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.